It was a valiant effort, but the run as defending state AA champions for the Bennett Tigers comes to an end tonight. They fall to CBA Syracuse 21-8 in the state semifinals. And Tim, it was a game where CBA was the better team. Bennett struggled to throw the football. They made mistakes on special teams and when snapping the football, and ultimately those mistakes caught up to them.
Yeah, I mean, technically, Bennett outscored him 8-0 in the second half. Technically, because the 21st point was technically in the second quarter, even though it was after the long layover. But I mean, hats off to them. They hung in there with a very good team, and let's face it, arguably without their best player. I mean, they really did. We didn't know that Jameer Thomas was not playing in our pregame show.
Yeah.
And we kind of said he is the focal point. They go as he goes, and kind of like, wow, that stinks. We didn't know he wasn't playing. So yeah, but hats off to Bennett. They just made some mistakes that they normally don't make, and they just couldn't overcome them today, and to hang around there and have a chance to cut it to a one-score game, still in the fourth quarter, they hung in there, and it's a fantastic run, just an amazing run that, they haven't lost on the field in a long time, and they just ran into a team that was playing a little better today. It's just, part of the game, and like I said, not having Jameer Thomas, I think, to me personally, I think that was the difference. I really do. I mean, would they have won? I don't know, but I know they would have been better.
Yeah,
I can say that. And like I said, the errors on special teams, not something you see Bennett do too often. Just the snaps that went over the head of the quarterback,
and they went bad to the punter.
Right, and and also it was when Bennett was in Christian Brothers territory, and the snap went over the quarterback's head, went back 30 yards or so.
Yeah,
I think
20.
at one time it was 3rd and 47 or 4th and 47.
Well, I think there might have been a penalty thrown in there, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's just some mistakes we normally don't see from Bennett, and they couldn't make up for them this time. Sometimes they'll make mistakes, and they're so good, they're so athletic, they can just make up for it. And this was the first team that we saw this year that, really wasn't outmatched by Bennett as far as athleticism and speed. Bennett's probably still a little faster, but Christian Brothers, they're very good, and when you have 11 possible D1 players, I mean, you're pretty good.
Bennett's talented, but they're not that talented.
Not that.
Yeah.
That's extreme. That's unicorn stuff, right?
I mean,
it just doesn't happen.
If you think about it, in Western New York, if you get 11 D1 players a year is probably close to our total in Western New York. Maybe a little bit less.
Exactly.
But to get that on one team is almost unheard of.
Yeah, it's and they're taking advantage of it. They're winning teams. They're winning every game pretty easily, other than a couple times, and they have earned their spot to face Carmel in the state championship.
Yeah, Carmel winners 35-27 over Christian Brothers Academy out of Albany. So Carmel will meet Christian Brothers Syracuse next Sunday at the JMA Wireless Dome. Again, it's Bennett falling to CBA Syracuse 21-8 this evening, and their run as Class AA champions come to an end. And again, it was in fact Carmel was the last team in New York State that beat them. This Bennett Tigers team on the field, at least.
Yeah, on the field, yeah.
So yeah, it's just
I mean, it's a shame that had to happen in the second quarter, because I think it took a lot away from a very good football game, and it was chaos and things that shouldn't have happened. Not knowing really who's at fault. And to me, it doesn't matter. Just certain things shouldn't happen like that, and
it's not fair to the kids.
That's exactly my point. I mean, it wasn't the kids causing the chaos. Whether it's the refs, the coaches, doesn't matter. It wasn't the players. And, I don't love that. I really don't. And I just think it takes away from so much hard work that these kids put into. I'm glad they finished the game. I'm glad there was no drama after the hour layover, if you will. But yeah, good football game. We knew it was going to be tough. We kind of could tell that Christian Brothers was about to go up 21-0. It was kind of obvious they had a first and goal on the 3 to start the whatever you want to call it. But just too much of an uphill battle at that point. So too many mistakes early, I think, is what sums up Bennett's game today.
Yeah, you wonder if that, because remember, CBA scores first on the ensuing kickoff. Ryan Lawrence gets inside the Christian Brothers area, and then just a few plays later, there was that bad snap that went 20 yards. You wonder if that doesn't happen. Maybe Bennett goes in and scores, and we're talking a completely different game right now.
Yeah, and there was a couple, even in the second half. I mean, Bennett fumbled, and Christian Brothers didn't capitalize on it, but it also took time away also, and it stopped a drive for Bennett also. So just, too many mistakes for Bennett today, and Christian Brothers was not a team that you can overcome those mistakes like a lot of teams that Bennett plays, throughout the season where they can because they're just that much more talented, but not at this stage of the game.
Yeah, so 3 teams came into this weekend for Section 6. Unfortunately for us in Western New York, none of them made it to the state finals. Waverly defeated Salamanca earlier today, 42-0 in the Class C affair. And in the Class D affair, Tioga defeated CSP 63-13. So that's a tough one for Western New York. Still a good season, I think, overall. A lot of great teams we had in Section 6. Tim, before we get to our announcements, any final thoughts on this game?
I mean, like I said a little while ago, it is disappointing that this, I don't want to say asterisk is going to be there because it's not taking anything away from, Christian Brothers, win, because I don't mean it that way. It just shouldn't have happened. And I don't like that this happened in the middle of a semifinal state championship game. Refs had to run off the field, an hour-long meeting, and it's a bit embarrassing, to be honest. And there's no place for it. And I think everybody's got to just be a little bit better. But hats off to Bennett. Crazy run. Amazing game last week, hanging in there. And then, like I said, statistically, your best player wasn't there today. And to lose him and still hang in there, 2-score game is nothing to be ashamed about.
All right, so that will bring an end to the season. We want to mention that for the first time ever, WR Athletics is bringing the Roger Weiss Memorial Players' Choice Award. This player, you can see on your screen, one-of-a-kind award where the players will get to decide who's the best of the best. We're going to be releasing a finalist list of about 5 to 6 players later this week, and then we're going to leave it up to the players to vote. We'll have more information on who the finalists are and how the players can vote later this week. Keep checking on that at WNathletics.com. And then the winner of that award will be announced at the 2023 Dick Gallagher Football Awards Banquet. That'll be Saturday, December 16th. We're going to be honoring pretty much everybody who's getting an award, who's been honored in high school football in Western New York. The all-league teams, all Western New York from the Buffalo News, awards from the Jolly Boys. I think about 50 or so kids will be honored at this event, big event. It'll be Saturday, December 16th. I believe it's at noon start, Lake Erie Italian Club in Lackawanna. Invites should be going out later this week as well. So coaches, watch your emails. Players, ask your coaches if they get an email later this week, if they're invited. More information on that, again, coming. But that will do it for us. Tim, unfortunately, again, Section 6 does not have a team going to the Carrier Dome. So this is officially still one more game left in Western New York. Just remembered St. Francis is going to take on team from Long Island. I forget who is going to be there.
So one more team playing.
Yeah, I know. I can see if I can try to find it. I know St. Francis is going to be going down to Long Island to take on the team from Long Island, the Catholic team, the Catholic State Championship. See if I can try to pull it up here if my computer decides to work. But again, Bennett, if you're just joining us, falls 21-8 to CBA Syracuse. As I try to pull this up, I don't know if I'm able to pull it up. Tim, as I look this up, any final thoughts on just overall this season?
No, I mean, it's been a fun season. You know, we had some couple records broke. You know, some teams that, you know, had exceptional years. And as always, it's great working with you guys. And I had a lot of fun the last couple of weeks. Francis, we did, about 30 of these shows in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So it's been a lot of fun. And, you know, getting ready for basketball season, right?
Basketball season right around the corner. In fact, I know there's some games this weekend.
Cardinal Hayes.
Yeah, so Cardinal Hayes, that game is tentatively set for December 1st, and that'll be played somewhere downstate. We don't have an exact location yet, but St. Francis, the last remaining team in Western New York, that'll be next week. But that will do it for us. For Luke Prince, Tim Chifa, I'm Francis Beck. Thank you for tuning in this weekend for our game day coverage. Continue to stay tuned on W Athletics on all our social media pages for more high school coverage throughout the school year.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
It's time for the Big West Hurt Black Friday sales event. It's really big.
And they know big.
$50 million big, set aside to buy your vehicle, but it'll go fast because whether you own or lease, we want your vehicle, and we'll even buy yours if you don't buy from us. Get your instant trade-in value at westherd.com and come in now. Great deals and $50 million ready to buy your vehicle. Hurry before it's gone.
Welcome to West Herd.